this class, we're going to see the conditional. Um, so let's start with it. Let's see, like I always do with my students, I always give like a first 10 minutes like game, and then we do vocabulary, and then we start with the grammar. So let's see a little bit about the conditional. Um, this is a little bit the vocabulary, and then here we're starting. So the grammar is pretty simple. So the grammar, as you can see in here, you have in the stem is the verb in infinitive, okay? It's the stem. And then you have ia, ias, iamos, ian in all of them, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's IR, ER, so you have AR, ER, or IR. The ending is always going to be the same. It's going to be ia. Sorry, I'm going to put it in the Spanish keyword. So it's ia, yo, for example, trabajaría, okay? As you could see, the verb in infinitive is the actual stem in this case, because every verb we always analyze by stem and an ending. Remember that. Okay, then you have, okay, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. So here you're gonna just leave it the same, es trabajar in all of them, and these are the conditional regulars. See, regulars. Then we're gonna see the uses, so don't worry about that for now. So trabajaría, trabajarías, trabajaría, trabajaríamos, y trabajarían. Okay. So then let's say the typical verbs that are regular, like comer and vivir. Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna just put comer here and trabajar. So as I say, the stem is always the verb in infinitive, and then the ending is always the same. Ia, ias, ia, iam. And then, so comería, comerías, comerían. Then vivir, which is to live, is viviría, vivirías, viviría, viviríamos, and viviría. Okay? That's with regards to the verbs regular in the conditional. Now let's see the irregulars. Okay? In the irregulars, we have irregulars. Let's see in our class what you have here. So in the irregulars, as you could see, I'm going to put a little bigger so you can see it. As you can see here, it's still poder, it's still the verb in infinitive. No, what is missing? And the E, right? And I always like to put all the verbs that follow like the same pattern. And actually they are important. You see that all missing the E? They're all missing the E. And in this case, so is saber, querer, haber, and poder. So let's move that in here. So I show you what is it changing. So let's do saber. This is a little bit small. And I put it bigger. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me download this so I can give you a bigger option to work with. Sorry, I know this is getting boring right now. You can forward me in the YouTube if you don't want to see this when I'm opening this. So, and in the meantime, remember, except all of these irregulars that I'm going to see, the verb, the stem is always, remember, the verb in infinitive, and then the ending is always the same. Like ia, ias, iamo, iamos, ia, iamos, iam. So I'm going to open this in an Excel so you can have it bigger. I don't know why it's doing it so small lately. So here, A2.2 class 1. So we're seeing A 2.2 class 1 is advanced beginners class 1. But you see, I get to do this. So conditional regulars, then you have the conditional irregulars. And as I say, the first one, you drop an E. And the case that is happening is in poder, saber, querer y haber. So, poder, saber, querer y haber. Okay. So, always, like I always tell my students, you always have to analyze each verb with the ending, you see, and the stem. In this case, remember, just the stem is the whole verb. So the ending of this happens to be the same, okay, of all of these ones. O saber and querer. Someone just put, you see, but instead of podería, okay, or instead of sabería, is podría, because we're going to take this out, okay? So podría, you see, podría, and then you're going to take this E out, and you're going to put sabría, you see, sabría, sabríamos, and then querer, you're going to take this E out, and you're going to put querría. That's the way that you pronounce it. Yo querría, tú querrías, él querría, nosotros querríamos, y ellos querrían. Okay? That's the first irregularity. The second irregularity is, so in the first one, we said you drop the E, okay? Drop the E. Then the second irregularity is you have to drop, you would tell me, drop something or add something, you're gonna have to tell me that. I mean, think it while you watch this video. What is happening here? You see the E is changing for what? For a D. So this happens in poner, salir, tener, y venir. This happens in poner, salir, tener, y venir. By now you should know the meaning of this. This means to put, to go out, to have, to come. And this one means to be able to know, and to want. But by this level, you should know the meaning of that. So in this case, we are seeing that this one, they drop the E, but in this one, you change, okay, the last vowel, okay, of the stem, which in this case is the verb in infinitive, and add a D, okay? That's what's coming. Look, this is what I mean. Let me put these two down. So here. So you always have the same ending. You see, ia, íamos, ian, okay? So, but you're gonna change this E for a D. So you're gonna do pondría. You see, pondría, pondrías, pondría, pondríamos. Okay. Now, how about salir? You're going to change the last vowel of the stem. The last vowel of the stem, in this case is E, in this case is an I, you see. In this case is an E, and in this case is an I. So, in case of salir, you're going to do saldría, see? Saldría, saldríamos, saldría. Then you have to do this by your own without looking and to see if you got it. And then you're going to take this out, so you're going to put tendría, right? The E, the last vowel of the stem changes for a D. So it will be, right? Tendría, tendrías, tendría, tendríamos. And in venir is vendría. Vendría, vendría, vendrías, vendría, vendríamos, vendrían. Okay, so let's see the other, you see? The other completely irregular, there are only two. So it's decir, and hacer. Unfortunately, this is a little bit by heart. It's yo diría, it's not deciría. Yo diría, tú dirías, él diría, nosotros diríamos, y ellos dirían. And hacer is haría with the R. Haría, harías, haría, haríamos, y haría. Okay? So that's with regards to the grammar. Now let's see the uses, los usos. So in the first case is to express wishes, okay? To express wishes, expresar deseos. Por ejemplo, for example, me gustaría un vino, por favor. I would like wine, please. Me encantaría ver una película. I would like to watch a movie. Me gustaría comprar zapatos nuevos. I would like to buy new shoes, okay? Now, this one, me gusta, me encanta, you should have seen in 8.2.1, okay? Then, por ejemplo, in una conversation that you can ask your language partner, and which in our classes we pair you with someone or you can come to our online events. But if, por ejemplo, ¿qué te gustaría hacer este fin de semana? Por ejemplo, me gustaría, no sé, dormir, descansar, me gustaría caminar. So the first one to express wishes. Here, you have to practice with someone else. I like to do this different kind of exercise where you can practice the grammar you just saw. In this case, you see how you ask a waiter, like to spread, using the verb gustar with a conditional. This is when you want to be formal, right? Me gustaría un café. I don't know formal, but I would say polite. Me gustaría un café, por favor, or whatever. So practice these ones. Then this also is to give advice and is work the conditional. And in the vocabulary, we saw that deberías means you should, and tendrías que is you will have to. Doesn't really translate very much in English. You will have to, and you should. So, por ejemplo, in this case, I don't know, deberías tomar menos o beber menos, or things like that, okay? Then, in this case, deberías descansar o relajarte, right? You should relax. So this is in ones that you can use it as express to give advice or suggestions, right? And sometimes you're talking to a friend. Por ejemplo, tendrías que o deberías hacer tu maleta. You should do your luggage. Then also to express courtesy and a smooth request when you're trying to ask for someone for help. So, por ejemplo, in this case is with poder. ¿Podrías ayudarme con las tareas del hogar, the duties of the home, the housework? Or in this case, ¿podrías ayudarme con el proyecto or something like that? O ¿vendrías a levantar la caja conmigo? Would you come? Would you be able to, right? That's what you're saying. O ¿podrías traerme medicina, por favor? Would you bring me, or could you bring me medicine, please? Okay, aquí también hay exercise that I want you to practice. Of course, when you are working in a group, class, you practice with your classmates. But when you are working by yourself, then you should, talk to your language partner and exchanges and ask this question. Maybe your language partner, what you have to do is to translate this, and then the language partner can help you to say if it's right or wrong. Okay, so this is for right now for the conditional, and I will see you in the next class. Thank you.